Okay, I need you to pause what you're doing right now because I just spent $47 at Dollar Tree and created $800 worth of designer garden decor. And number 11, I've already had 3 neighbors knock on my door asking where I bought it. Spoiler alert, they didn't believe me when I said Dollar Tree. But here's the thing, I'm going to show you all 15 of these today, and I promise you can make any of these in under 30 minutes. So if you want your garden to look like it came straight out of a home and garden magazine without emptying your wallet, you need to stick around until the end because number 15 is the one I wish I'd discovered years ago. Let's get into it. Hey, garden fixers, welcome back to Daily Garden Fix, where we prove that a beautiful garden doesn't require a big budget, just a little creativity and a trip to Dollar Tree. If you're new here, I'm your name. And on this channel, we transform ordinary outdoor spaces into extraordinary gardens using DIY hacks, budget-friendly projects, and yes, lots of Dollar Tree finds. Now, before we dive into these 15 game-changing hacks, do me a quick favor, smash that like button if you love a good garden glow-up, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a hack that could transform your space. Today's video is packed, and I'm not gatekeeping any of my secrets. Every single one of these projects costs between $1 and $5 to make, and they all look like you spent 10 times that amount. Trust me, your neighbors are going to be shook. All right, let's jump into hack number 1. Project 1. Designer tiered planter. Okay, hack number 1 is the stunning tiered planter that literally everyone thinks I bought from a high-end garden center. People have guessed this cost anywhere from $60 to $100. Want to know what it actually cost? $5. Here's what you need. 3 terracotta pots. Dollar Tree has these in different sizes. Grab small, medium, and large. 1 wooden candle holder or wooden pedestal, spray paint in your choice of color. I'm using a trendy sage green. Strong adhesive or hot glue. Step 1. First, we're going to spray paint everything. This is key to making it look expensive. Take your pots and the wooden pedestal outside and give them 2 to 3 light coats of spray paint. Pro tip, don't do 1 thick coat or it'll drip. Multiple thin coats give you that smooth, professional finish. Step 2, once everything is completely dry, and I mean completely, don't rush this, flip your largest pot upside down. This becomes your base. Step 3, now take your wooden pedestal and glue it right in the center of that upside down pot. Hold it firmly for about 30 seconds to let that adhesive grab. Step 4, take your medium pot, flip it upside down, and glue it to the top of that pedestal. You're literally building a tower here. Step 5. Finally, your smallest pot goes right side up on the very top. This is where you'll actually plant your flowers or herbs. Look at that. For $5, you've got a designer tiered planter that adds instant height and sophistication to any garden space. I put mine on my front porch, and it's the first thing people compliment. Pro tip, if you want even more stability, especially if you live in a windy area, use construction adhesive instead of hot glue. It costs about $3 at Dollar Tree, and it'll hold through storms. All right, that's number 1. Let's keep this momentum going. Project 2, herb garden, wall labels. Hack number 2 is for all my herb gardeners out there, and honestly, this one is so easy but makes such a huge impact. You need wooden spoons from Dollar Tree, black permanent marker or paint marker, twine or wire. Dollar Tree has both. Optional, wood stain or paint. This is almost embarrassingly simple, but it looks incredible. Take your wooden spoons. Dollar Tree sells them in packs, so you get multiple for $1, and write the name of each herb on the handle. I'm doing basil, rosemary, thyme, or oregano, and cilantro. Now here's where you can get creative. You can leave them natural wood, or you can stain them for a rustic look, or you can paint them to match your garden's color scheme. I'm doing a light stain because I love that farmhouse vibe. Once they're dry, just push them into the soil next to each herb. That's it. But here's what takes it to the next level. Tie a small piece of twine around the spoon handle and attach a small sprig of the actual herb. So your basil marker has a tiny basil leaf tied to it. This not only looks adorable, but it also helps you identify the herbs before they're fully grown. I've seen these sell online for 8 twid bandlans each. You can make a whole set for less than $30. Quick question. While we're here, are you team fresh herbs or team dried herbs from the store? Let me know in the comments. I'm 100% team fresh because nothing beats snipping basil right off the plant for pasta night. Okay. Number 3 is one of my personal favorites. Project 3. Vintage window frame trellis. All right, number 3. This vintage window frame trellis has gotten me so many compliments, and people are always shocked when I tell them it costs less than $4 to make. You need one large picture frame. Dollar Tree has several sizes. Chicken wire, jute twine, or wire mesh. You can get small rolls at Dollar Tree. Spray paint, optional but recommended. Staple gun or hot glue. 2 small hooks for hanging first. Remove the glass and backing from your picture frame. We just want the frame itself. Now, spray paint your frame. I'm going with white because it gives that classic cottage garden look, but black would be super modern, or you could do a bold color to make it a focal point. While that's drying, cut your chicken wire or twine to fit the back of the frame. If you're using twine, create a crisscross pattern. I'm making a diamond pattern by wrapping the twine from corner to corner in both directions. Once your frame is dry, attach the wire or twine backing using a staple gun or heavy-duty hot glue. Make sure it's tight so it can support your climbing plants. Add your 2 hooks to the top corners and you're ready to hang it. I hung mine on my garden fence and planted morning glories at the base. Within a few weeks, they climbed up and created this stunning vintage garden feature that looks like it came from a European garden. You can also use this indoors as a jewelry organizer or photo display. It's that versatile. The genius of this hack is that it looks intentionally vintage and curated, not DIY at all. Nobody would ever guess this came from Dollar Tree. Moving on to number 4, Project 4, Solar Light, Mason Jar Lanterns. Okay, number 4 is perfect for adding ambiance to your garden at night, and this one costs literally $2 per lantern. You need solar stake lights. Dollar Tree sells these. Mason jars or clear vases from Dollar Tree. Optional, decorative stones, fairy lights, or colored glass gems. This is almost too easy. Take your solar light and pop off just the light part from the stake. Twist it counterclockwise and it comes right off. Now drop some decorative stones or glass gems into your mason jar. This is optional, but it makes the light sparkle and adds weight so your jar doesn't blow over. Place the solar light top down into the jar. The light part goes inside the jar and the solar panel sits on top. That's it. During the day, the solar panel charges, and at night your jars glow with this beautiful soft light. I have these lining my garden path, and they create the most magical atmosphere. You can hang these from shepherd's hooks, place them on tables, line walkways. The possibilities are endless. And because they're solar, there are no cords, no batteries to replace, and no electricity costs. Pro tip, clean your solar panels every few weeks with a damp cloth so they charge efficiently. Dust and debris can block the sun and make them dim. I made 12 of these for $24, and they've completely transformed my evening garden. My neighbors thought I hired a landscape lighting company. Let's keep going. Number 5 is another crowd favorite. 5, hanging succulent sphere. Number 5, This hanging succulent sphere is a showstopper, and I promise you it's easier than it looks. You need 2 wire hanging baskets from Dollar Tree, moss or coconut coir liner, potting soil, small succulents or drought-resistant plants, twine or wire for hanging. Take 1 basket and line the inside with your moss or coconut coir. Pack it in there pretty well so soil won't fall out. Fill this lined basket about halfway with potting soil. Now here's the trick. Poke small holes through the moss around the basket and insert your succulents through these holes. Push the roots gently into the soil inside. Work your way around the entire basket, spacing your succulents evenly. Don't worry if it looks sparse at first. Succulents grow and fill in. Once you've covered the first basket, add more soil to fill it up. Then place your second basket on top, creating a complete sphere. Use wire or zip ties to secure the 2 baskets together. Add more succulents to the top half, filling in any gaps. The goal is to create a complete sphere of greenery. Hang it from a sturdy hook or shepherd's crook using strong twine or wire. I have mine hanging from my pergola, and it's become such a conversation starter. Maintenance is super easy. Succulents don't need much water, so just give it a light spray once a week. As the succulents grow, they'll cover the entire sphere, and it'll look even more impressive. People have asked me if this is from anthropology or terrain. Nope, it's Dollar Tree creativity, baby. All right, we're 1/3 of the way through. Before we move to number 6, do me a favor. If you're loving these hacks so far, drop a comment and tell me which one you're going to try first. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's the perfect time because we're just getting started. Let's jump into number 6. Project 6. Fuzz. Stone. Painted pavers. Number 6 is a game changer for pathways and garden edging. These painted pavers look exactly like expensive natural stone, but they cost $1 each. You need plain concrete pavers from Dollar Tree, gray, white, and black acrylic paint, sea sponge or regular sponge, spray sealer, optional but recommended for outdoor use. The secret to making these look like real stone is the layering technique. Start with a base coat of medium gray paint. Cover the entire paver and let it dry. This takes about 20 minutes. Once dry, take your sponge and dab on some white paint in random areas. Don't paint it on, dab it. This creates texture and mimics the natural variation in stone. While the white is still slightly wet, dab on some black paint in other random areas. The colors will blend slightly at the edges, creating that organic stone look. Let it dry completely, then spray with a clear sealer if you're using these outdoors. This protects your paint job from weather and foot traffic. I made 20 of these and created a pathway through my garden, and people legitimately think I paid for professional stonework. The variation in each paver makes them look completely natural. You can use these as stepping stones, create a full pathway, or use them as decorative edging around flower beds. Moving on to number 7, and this one is brilliant. Project 7, tiered cake stand succulent display. Number 7, this tiered cake stand succulent display belongs in a garden magazine, but it costs less than $5 to make. You need 3 different size plates or shallow bowls, small, medium, large, 2 candle holders or cups of different heights, strong adhesive or E6000 glue, small succulents and cacti, decorative rocks or soil. This works just like our tiered planter from earlier, but we're building downward instead of upward. Start with your largest plate as the base. Flip your tallest candle holder upside down and glue it to the center of the large plate. Let this set for a few minutes. Don't rush it. Once secure, glue your medium plate right side up onto the base of the candle holder. You're creating that classic tiered look. Repeat with your smaller candle holder and smallest plate to create the third tier. Now for the fun part, decorating. Fill each tier with soil or decorative rocks and arrange your succulents. I'm mixing different textures and colors, some tall, some trailing, some round and spiky. The beauty of this design is that it creates height and interest without taking up much ground space. It's perfect for small patios or balcony gardens. I have mine as a centerpiece on my outdoor dining table, and it's such a statement piece. You can also use this inside on a kitchen island or dining room table. Pro tip: rotate your display every few weeks so all sides of the succulents get equal sunlight. This keeps them growing evenly and looking full. Let's move to number 8. Project 8. Moroccan-inspired painted pots. All right, number 8. These Moroccan-inspired painted pots are stunning, and they add such a bold pop of color to any garden. You need terracotta pots from Dollar Tree, acrylic paint in vibrant colors. I'm using turquoise, coral, and gold. Small paintbrushes and/or paint pens. Stencils, optional. Dollar Tree has these. Spray sealer. First, paint your entire pot in your base color. I'm going with this gorgeous turquoise. 2 coats usually does it. Once dry, here's where you get creative. Using paint pens or small brushes, add geometric patterns. Think triangles, diamonds, dots, and lines. Don't worry about making it perfect. The beauty of Moroccan design is in the handmade, slightly imperfect look. I'm adding gold accents because gold and turquoise is such a classic combination. Add dots around the rim, vertical lines down the sides, or create a repeating pattern using stencils if you're nervous about freehand. Work your way around the entire pot, adding details until you're happy with the design. There's no right or wrong here, just have fun with it. Once completely dry, seal with a spray sealer to protect your artwork from the elements. These pots are so cheerful and instantly make your garden feel more curated and designed. I grouped 3 different sizes together, and they're the focal point of my patio. You can use this technique with any color scheme. Go bold and bright, or keep it neutral with blacks, whites, and grays for a modern look. Number 9 is coming up, and trust me, you'll want to see this one. Project 9. Vertical Garden Shoe Organizer. Number 9 might be my favorite practical hack on this list. The Vertical Garden Shoe Organizer is perfect for small spaces, and it cost me $3. You need one over-the-door shoe organizer. Dollar Tree has these. Staple gun or strong hooks. Potting soil, herbs, flowers, or strawberries. Hang your shoe organizer on a fence, wall, or even on a sturdy outdoor door. Make sure it's in a spot that gets adequate sunlight for what you're planting. Here's the magic. Each pocket becomes a planter. Poke a few small drainage holes in the bottom of each pocket using a pen or small knife. Fill each pocket with potting soil, then plant your herbs, flowers, or even strawberries. I'm doing a mix of herbs because I love having fresh basil, cilantro, and parsley right outside my back door. The pockets are the perfect size for small root systems, and the vertical design means you can grow 20-plus plants in the space of just one traditional pot. This is incredible for apartment dwellers or anyone with limited garden space. You're literally creating a garden on a wall. Water from the top down, and the drainage holes will prevent overwatering. Within a few weeks, you'll have this lush, overflowing vertical garden that looks like it came from Pinterest. I've seen similar vertical garden systems sell for $50 and $100 online. This one cost me $3, and here's a bonus use. These also work great for starting seedlings in spring. Each pocket can hold multiple seed starts. Okay, we're getting into the top tier hacks now. Number 10 is so clever. Project 10, Bamboo Privacy. Screen number 10. This bamboo privacy screen is perfect for creating intimate spaces in your garden, and it's shockingly affordable. You need bamboo stakes or decorative bamboo from Dollar Tree. Buy several packs. Jute twine or wire 2 wooden stakes or posts for anchoring. Optional, outdoor stain or paint. First, drive your 2 wooden stakes into the ground where you want your screen. Space them about 3 to 4 feet apart depending on how wide you want your screen. Now, lay your bamboo stakes vertically side by side on the ground. You're creating a panel. Once you have them arranged, use your jute edge twine to tie them together at the top, middle, and bottom. Wrap the twine around each bamboo stake in a figure-8 pattern, then tie it off, move down to about 12 inches, and repeat. This creates a sturdy, flexible panel. Once your panel is complete, attach it to your 2 wooden stakes using more twine or wire. Make sure it's secure. You can make multiple panels and connect them to create a longer privacy screen, or just make one panel to block a specific sight line. I use this to create a private reading nook in my garden, and I've gotten so many compliments. It has this instant tropical resort vibe that makes my yard feel like a vacation destination. You can stain or paint your bamboo, leave it natural, or even weave fairy lights through it for evening ambiance. The same type of screen costs $40, $80 at garden centers. You can make yours for under $10. We're in the home stretch. Number 11 is the one that made my neighbors knock on my door. Project 11, Crystal, Look Solar, Pathway Markers. Okay, number 11. This is the project that had my neighbors literally knocking on my door. These Crystal Look Solar Pathway Markers are stunning, and they cost $2 each. You need clear glass vases or containers from Dollar Tree, solar stake lights, crushed glass or clear glass gems, optional, battery-operated fairy lights. Remove the light part from the solar stake, just like we did with the mason jar lanterns earlier. Fill your glass vase about halfway with crushed glass or clear gems. This creates that expensive crystal look and makes the light refract beautifully. Place your solar light into the vase with the panel facing up. During the day, it charges, and at night, the light bounces off all those glass pieces and creates this incredible sparkling effect. Now, here's the upgrade. If you want extra magic, drop a small battery-operated fairy light string into the vase along with the glass gems before you add the solar light. This creates multiple points of light. Use these to line your pathways, driveway, or garden beds. At night, they look like expensive designer landscape lighting. I lined my front walkway with these, and 3 different neighbors have asked me where I bought them. When I say Dollar Tree, they don't believe me. They think they're $30, $40 each. The combination of solar-powered, low-cost, and absolutely gorgeous makes this one of my all-time favorite hacks. 4 more to go, and they're all incredible. Let's keep moving. Project 12, Macrame Hanging Planter. Number 12. This macrame hanging planter gives serious boho vibes, and you don't need to know how to macrame to make it. You need jute twine or cotton cord from Dollar Tree, a small pot or container, scissors, optional, beads for decoration. Cut 4 pieces of cord, each about 8 feet long. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me. Fold all 4 pieces in half and tie them together at the fold, creating a loop for hanging. You should now have 8 strands hanging down. Divide these 8 strands into 4 pairs, about 6 inches down from the top knot. Tie each pair together in a simple overhand knot. Now here's where the pattern forms. Take 1 strand from one pair and 1 strand from the neighboring pair and tie them together about 4 inches below the first row of knots. Repeat this all the way around. You're creating a diamond or net pattern that will hold your pot. Repeat this process one more time, 4 inches below. Once you have 3 rows of knots, gather all 8 strands together at the bottom and tie them in one large knot. This creates the base that holds your pot. Trim any excess cord and place your pot into the macrame holder. Hang this from a hook, ceiling, or shepherd's crook, and you've got that trendy boho look everyone loves. I made 3 of these in different colors, natural jute, white cord, and dyed green cord, and they're scattered throughout my covered patio. Each one took me about 20 minutes, and they look so much more expensive than they are. You can adjust the length by spacing your knots farther apart, and you can add beads onto the cords before tying knots for extra decoration. Lucky number 13 is up next.